Hey there, Clashers, welcome back, and Happy New Year. Now, I know a lot of people have realized this, but based on our attacks, there are a lot of people who still have not realized it. And what I'm talking about is the new Ice Golem in the defensive clan castle, particularly in the ward defense. Now, I really haven't seen much, really any use for the Ice Golem on offense. Mine's still level 2, because right now I'm working on getting the bat spell leveled up. But level 2 is good enough to donate the max level Ice Golems, and that's all we've been using it for so far is on defense. And pretty much as I predicted, having the Ice Golem as a defensive troop and having the ability to freeze the opponent's army, you can freeze heroes, siege machines, a big group of bowlers, or whatever else. That's been really huge. And from what I've heard, it's pretty much shut down a whole lot of bow witch attacks, and it is definitely having an effect on the meta. So as of right now, I would say some sort of Ice Golem combination is definitely one of the strongest, if not the strongest, clan castle troops you can have on defense right now. So what do you put with the Ice Golem? Well, there are a few different options. It does take up 15 housing space, so that is a decent little chunk. But often you put it with baby dragons. You can figure out a way to get some a witch in there. Of course, it's not going to be baby dragons and witches. That's too much space. I'm just talking about in general different combinations that you can make. You can add Valkyries in. You can add regular dragons. You can add wizards. Basically, what you want is something that's going to deal a lot of damage. And something that's going to deal splash damage is really what you're looking for. So a P.E.K.K.A is probably not going to be your best bet. Although I could imagine scenarios where an Ice Golem P.E.K.K.A combination could actually work out, especially if you're hoping to catch one of the enemy heroes or siege machine as they come in. Especially since the P.E.K.K.A is so slow, the Ice Golem's fairly slow itself. So depending on what order you put the troops into the clan castle, a lot of the times what you'll see is the faster splash damage troop going out in front and getting killed, and then the Ice Golem comes in and then gets killed and freezes the troops. But if you can do it and get the Ice Golem to die before the other troops have gone down, then that gives them an opportunity to do a heck of a lot of damage. And I do have some replays from a couple of our previous wars. And all of the replays that I show result in the attack getting less than 3 stars. I'm not going to show the whole attacks, and I'm not going to show the whole bases because these are our defenses. And the main reason for that is we're really just not seeing Ice Golems in our opponent's clan castles yet, which is really bizarre, to me at least. I don't think anybody else in the Alliance is seeing a lack of Ice Golems in the defensive clan castles. And here in just a few minutes, you'll see why. Alright, so this is the first defense we're going to take a look at here. And this is basically a queen walk, and you'll see that it ends up getting shut down pretty effectively by the defensive clan castle. And what we've got in the defensive clan castle is 2 Ice Golems and a baby dragon. So this is against the Town Hall 12, and he's got that 40 housing space. So first of all, a lot of skeleton traps down here at the south, trying to slow down that queen walk to begin with. So she's going to get through the skeletons, move up a bit, and then here shortly she'll engage the town hall. So there she goes, heading upwards, and she'll be in range of the clan castle here very shortly. So the clan castle should be coming out now. There it is. So he drops a freeze on the baby dragon and the ice golems, but that doesn't really do anything for him. I think he also was freezing the town hall. But as you'll see here, the first Ice Golem goes down, and the queen is very quickly going down, so she has to hit her ability. And just as she starts to thaw out, the other Ice Golem goes, and then down goes the queen charge. So that's a pretty convincing entry there on defense. Alright, so we're going to take a look at the same base again, and a pretty similar entry on this one. So a queen charge from the south. The clan castle is going to come out, put a stop to the queen walk, and then it does a little bit extra this time around. And as you can see, this was a 2 hitting down to our number 5. So here comes the enemy CC. At first there's Hog Riders out of the wall wrecker that distract them for a little bit. But then they move up. One Ice Golem is going to pop. The enemy Queen goes down. And then we're going to see the miners come down over this way. And the Ice Golem's going to wander over here. And then the miners, they're going to take down the Ice Golem. And then as they're frozen, they kind of get pummeled by the Eagle Artillery here. So there you go, they're frozen in place. There's the Eagle Artillery. And that is a wrap on this attack. Alright, so we do have a different base here this time. But we've got a similar approach. We do have a Queen charge heading into the base. And we're going to speed it up just a little bit so that we can get to the part that we are here to look at. So the Queen starts to go down there, drops that rage spell, gets her healed back up pretty quickly. And as she moves into the core of the base, the enemy CC is going to end up getting lured. He does have the enemy CC he does have his defensive CC rather, fairly deep. And as you've seen there, the dragon came out fairly quickly and got taken care of. But the Ice Golem freezes the Queen, and the balloon gets a shot off just before it goes down, and that is it for that Queen charge. Alright, so here we go again, and in this one we're going to take a look at the Siege Machine getting stopped by the Ice Golem. So let's speed this up to 4x and get to where we want to be, which will be right around over here somewhere. So here comes the Wall Wrecker in, we're going to put that back at 2x. And then here in just a second, so there comes the enemy clan castle. Again, baby dragon out in front. We need to play around with how we put those troops into the clan castle a bit and see if we can't make that a little bit better. Anyway, the first Ice Golem busts, stops the Wall Wrecker, and then the second one stops it again, and that's enough to keep the Wall Wrecker from breaking through all the way to the Town Hall. Now in this particular attack, it didn't make a huge difference for the value of the Wall Wrecker. But you could imagine if you can get it to do something along those lines in an attack where the Wall Wrecker's trying to get to the middle of the base or trying to cut all the way through a base, that's going to be extremely valuable. Alright, here we are again on this base, and we're just going to focus on the middle here because this is where the action's happening. This time around we got a whole bunch of miners coming in, and we're going to see the Ice Golem with the dragon and a balloon coming out. And the dragon and the balloon actually do quite a bit of damage while the troops are frozen in the middle here. So let's speed this up just a little bit as we wait for the troops to make their way in. So here they come. The miners are making their way in. Here's the clan castle, and he actually misses the dragon with the poison spell, and he barely gets the balloon. So there goes the Ice Golem, and the dragon and the balloon are just going to town on those miners. And now the Town Hall is going to be doing the same, and all of the miners are completely eradicated out of the core. And then the Town Hall blows up and takes care of the bowlers as well. So a huge value that time from the Ice Golem in the middle of the base. Now unfortunately he did barely get the Town Hall down, but that put quite the damper on the attack, and he was not able to finish up for 3 stars. Alright, so here we are with the last replay I'm going to show of defenses. And this one we're going to have an Electro Dragon with the balloons coming in. Surprisingly not the Bat spell, I guess I didn't get that memo. But then again, I do have a lot of multi-target Inferno Towers. Anyway, the Electro Dragons are moving in. He's going to send a Wall Wrecker in with bowlers to try and take out the Town Hall. So there they go, hitting the Town Hall. And we're going to slow it back down to 1x as the enemy CC finally gets pulled the rest of the way, and the Queen is going to engage the Ice Golems over here. So the first one pops, the Queen is frozen, and then she's going to pop her ability there, and then blow up the second one, and it's going to freeze her again as the Teslas and Inferno Tower take her out completely, and then he wastes his last rage spell right there, because after that, this attack is over. So, quite a bit of value from the clan castle, especially if you think about it. The clan castle troops usually don't have that big of an impact. And like with any other clan castle troop combination, we're not seeing amazing defenses with every single Ice Golem defense. But it is happening much more often with the Ice Golems right now than it is with anything else. It's like 60 to 70% of the time, the Ice Golem is completely disrupting an attack. And what we're doing right now is we're not putting Ice Golems in every single clan castle. You usually want to try and avoid being too predictable. But we're doing a good chunk, and I'm not going to say exactly how many we're doing, but we're doing a good chunk of Ice Golems, and then with those Ice Golems, we're mixing up what we're putting with them. So some of them have double Ice Golems, some of them might have the regular dragon, or the baby dragon, or Valkyries, or witches. Some of them have wizards. A couple of them, I think, might have like minions and archers or something like that. But in any case, yes, Ice Golems are awesome, but you always want to keep your opponents on their toes when they're trying to figure out what clan castle troops you might have on a fresh hit. But yeah, that's the end of this video. The bats are going crazy on offense, and the Ice Golems are going crazy on defense. Let me know what you guys think about the new Ice Golems in your defensive clan castles, or how they've been affecting your attacks. I know of at least a few people who have stopped going with bow witch attacks altogether because the Ice Golem has been too disruptive. And if you like this video, be sure to click that like and subscribe button down below. Planning on putting up a lot more content in 2019. Thank you guys for stopping by.